B.LEAGUE action coming your way once again here as the San NEOPHOENIX hosts the Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us for basketball action here this Saturday afternoon. And we've got San NEOPHOENIX at 25-4 up against the Fighting Eagles, who are fighting for their playoff lives. The San NEOPHOENIX are on a 7-game winning streak. On the other hand, Nagoya have 2 straight losses and have actually lost 4 out of their last 5 games. There you have the team standings. San NEOPHOENIX clearly on top there of the Central Conference. And you've got the Fighting Eagles Nagoya in 5th spot there in the same conference as the San NEOPHOENIX. Each squad plays 60 games in the regular season, and then you make it to the playoffs, or what they call here in the B.LEAGUE, the championship. At this point, let's take a look at the lineup of the San NEOPHOENIX. Of course, 30 Ravenna from the Philippines, their Asia Quota import there, number 0. And they also have Yante Matin and Cody Clark as their imports. Not to mention Kosuke Kanamaru, number 14, is their main gunner. They also have David Dudzinski as one of their other imports. Actually, a bit of trivia. 30 Ravenna was just 2 points away from a triple-double in last Wednesday's game. So 30 Ravenna doing so well for his squad. Unfortunately, those 2 individuals on your screen there, you can see, especially on the left, that's Ryusei Sasaki, their starting point guard, will not be available for their squad here today. Even Kazuki Hosokawa is on the injured list. He will not be seeing action as we have the lineup here for their opponents. Number 3, Luke Evans, naturalized player. They also have their imports. Number 11, Aaron Henry. Number 22, Jeremy Jones. And also number 54, Sean O'Mara, the big man. They're ready to go. And now we've got the introduction to the home squad, the San NEOPHOENIX. As you see some of the numbers of the San NEOPHOENIX, let's enjoy the fanfare as we meet the players of the home squad.
Shambhala, stay cool.
Starting five for Coach Atsushi Ono. Number 0, Freddy Ravena. We have number 1, Yanten Maten. Number 4, Cody Clark. Number 5, thrust to the starting lineup, Sota Ora. And also their main gunner, Kosuke Kanemaru. A lot of times Kanemaru comes off the bench, but today he'll be starting out for the NEOPHOENIX. There's Coach Ono. He's brought a winning tradition here to the squad of Sanen and the Chiba Jets. And our 3 officials, we've got referee Arisawa, referee Kano, and referee Hashimoto. We're all set for B.LEAGUE action here this Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us. Saturday NEOPHOENIX looking to make it 8 straight victories. Once again, let's take a look at the starting 5. NEOPHOENIX got Ravena, Maten, Clark, Ora, and Kanemaru. For the Fighting Eagles, Nagoya, Evans, Henry, Kawashima, Sasayama, and O'Mara. Under the battle inside, Sean O'Mara up against number 1, Yanten Maten. The matchup to look forward to. This match progresses here. Starting NEOPHOENIX, wanting to make it to the playoffs here this season. Missed the puck to the playoffs in all the previous seasons of the B.LEAGUE. Let's look there, Kayato Kawashima, one of their main stars. Freddy Ravena, in an interview the other day, said that he is so inspired to play after he got cut. He was the last cut, one of the last few cuts for the World Cup team for Gilas Pilipinas. And that really just spurred him to come out and do even better, to show everybody that he deserved to be in that squad. And right now he wants to be able to lead his team to the playoffs and then eventually a title here in the B.LEAGUE. O'Mara at center court together with Maten. Nice tip. Ora, starting point guard today because there is no Sasaki. Clark, 3-level scorer. Missed, but there is an easy putback there for Yanten Maten. Getting the best of Sean O'Mara to start things off. It's 2-0 for the NEOPHOENIX. On the other side, Sasayama, the starting point. Jumper from the wing, not going to work. Maten with the board. Henry still trying to find his range here as they go back to Cody. go inside. Now they do to Matin up against Luke Evans. Evans going to pick up his first personal foul there. Evans standing 6'8", up against 6'7" Matin. Matin's a little quicker though. First personal foul there, that's confirmation. Jumper from the side, that's expected from Kanemaru. Long-time member of the Japanese national squad, now here with Sanem. Early lead by the hosts. Two-man game with O'Mara. Not a good pass there for Hayato. Cody Clark with a slam. It's 6-0. Exactly the start the NEOPHOENIX fans want here at the Toyohashi City Gym. Evans, he's a dead shot from there. First points on the board here for the visitors. Kanemaru against Kawashima. Ora kicks it out. 30, open three, bang! Rudy Ravena has been playing such a high level. Back up a 6-point lead here for the NEOPHOENIX. Foul's going to be called on 30 there. Off that body check. He's going to have his hands full against Aaron Henry. First person on 30. One team foul each. Send it up high. Open three. That was from the parking lot. Nice basket there from Sasayama. Got the lead back down to 3 once again. Cody Clark at the controls. Finds Ravena. Go to Matin. Back to Clark. Nice feed inside. Matin gets away. We're not seeing the Matin O'Mara matchup we were looking for. It's Evans taking first crack at Matin. Sayama once again will go inside to Evans. Extra pass. Henry will bring it closer. The sidestepping move and gets it through. 30 didn't want to pick up an early second foul. Just stood his ground. Go to Clark. A lot of time still on the shot clock. Lob it inside. That's going to be the second personal foul there of Evans. He might have to be replaced early. And a battle inside for position. Nyante is a very strong individual inside. Evans not liking that call as he takes his seat. Coming in for the first time is Ryuji Mitsuo. That's number 16. Jones also checking in. That's Jeremy Jones. Sporting the number 22 jersey. Replacing Aaron Henry. They send it up high first. Then quickly inside, Cody Clark gets denied from the back. Good help defense by Jones. Now they're racing down court. Sasayama gives it up. Jones will find Mitsuo. Now Sasayama. That's a great entry pass and a foul will be called there on Cody Clark. Rolling to the basket was O'Mara. He's a real handful inside there at 6'10". There's the roll. Pinpoint pass. First foul going to be called there on Cody. O'Mara's first, yes. The powwow there with Jones, and then gets ready for his second free throw. Checking into the ball game is the 6'6" Tatsumi Yu, number 15 here for the NEOPHOENIX. O'Mara's second will drop. He's cut down to 1. Clark pushes it forward, finds Yu. Guess he used to want to dribble it up. Goes outside, Ora for 3, just short. O'Mara grabs his first board. I'm asking for a pick, doesn't use it. No look past. On the wing, 3 not gonna drop. Clark with a board. No pressure up high by the boys in white. They go inside once again to Matten, but that double team worked. And a visitor score off that turnover of the NEOPHOENIX. They lob it inside. Cody Clark was wise to it. On the boys in red. Early attack inside. Matten for 3. Short. Cody Clark was there though. He'll put up a 3 of his own. And hit! Cody Clark now with 5 points. Hayato. Hayato's got game. He gets a first personal foul there on Yante. Hayato's got very good acceleration, as Matten found out there. Foul number 1 on Matten. Now we've got David Dudzinski checking in. Together with Yamauchi. Morihisa Yamauchi, a veteran, as part of the All-Star festivities last weekend. Now back to real action. That exhibition the last 2 days. Dudzinski tracks that one down. 30, trying to bring it up. They set up you to the wing. Yamauchi for 3. That's just short. And we're going the other way. That's Yamauchi's shot. 14-10's our tally. Under 5 minutes to play in quarter number 1. Coming in for the first time for the Fighting Eagles, Tensho Sugimoto. Also number 13, Hiromu Nakamura. Some pressure in the backcourt. And then they call it off. Nakamura. The 1. That's a great pass by Hayato. First basket for Jones. Another assist for Hayato Kawashima. Dudzinski's gonna lose it. Jones and company looking to tie things up here. And a basket and 1 opportunity off that foul from you. Jones is a silent operator. Finishing strong at the basket there, looking to give his squad their first taste of the lead. Watch it from another angle. Clearly a foul there from you. So he's claiming verticality. San NEOPHOENIX already in the penalty. It's still 3:51 to play. And that's going to be the first lead for Nagoya, 15-14. That's not silencing the crowd. Not yet. There's going to be another turnover there from Matten. That one looked like he passed it straight to Kawashima. O'Mara. Backing his way inside. He's a beast. He's got 4 points to go with 1 rebound. Another turnover. Setting up for a 3. Not going to work. Foul's going to be called though on Jeremy Jones. That's going to be number 1. Off that loose ball foul over the back. There it was, trying to tip it, and Matten got fouled. Only 3 team fouls so far here though for these Fighting Eagles. Dirty with a handoff. Back up high to Yamauchi. 2-man game. Matten inside for 2. That's too easy. That will bring his squad to within 1. And Matten now with 6 points to go with 2 rebounds. Nakamura to the corner. Jones up against Ludzinski. That's a bit back out. Shot clock winding down at 5. No look pass. Great help defense there from Matten. He knew exactly what was unfolding. There's that help defense. Now they're double checking. They're saying there was 1 more second left on the clock, and that was touched last by the NEOPHOENIX. So the visiting squad should have 1 more crack at it with a second remaining. Kawashima will take his seat. Nice look there to Mitsuo. You gotta be a catch and shoot situation. Falling away, it's not gonna drop. 30 picks up with the rebound. Finds Yamauchi. Yamauchi will be fouled. Stopping the action there was the first personal foul of Nakamura. Pretty good foul there. Stopping the fast break, and now both squads in the penalty. Each team can take advantage of the penalty situation of the other. Yamauchi, nice pocket pass. A little bit too strong there for Matten though. A 1 point lead enjoyed by the Fighting Eagles. To the wing, open 3, bang! Nice shot there from Nakamura. Nakamura, one of the young budding stars. Japanese basketball. He's back up to 4. Nice basket from the wing. Ludzinski. He's a dead shot from there. It's his first basket. He's got 3 points. Kamara up high. Now Jones puts up a 3. A little bit too strong. Easy tip. Yamauchi didn't even make a play for the ball. Jones needs to make his move. Shot clock down to 2. Falling away, overshoots. Second time they were very close to a 24-second shot clock violation. Nice look there at Coach Taizo Kawabe. Well, he told his troops earlier today, look, if we can beat the Ryukyu Golden Kings, the defending champions, we can beat anybody. Just gotta play our game as Henry comes back. So does Luke Evans, despite his 2 personal fouls. Mauchi still directing traffic. Finds Clark, has just checked back in as well. Forced shot. That's going to drop there for Kanemaru. Big set. Henry, though, can't hit the runner. To the wing. Kanamaru. Tudzinski. Now you need to make your move. Tudzinski spins against Henry. There's 2 free throws here for David. Take your pick. Who to give the foul to? There was contact from both individuals. Where you can see there, reaching in was Henry. They're going to give the foul though to Nakamura, his second. Walagoy had a nice look at the youngster. That's him, Kenny Asano. He makes both, and it's a 1-point lead once again for the hosts. Final possession of the first period. Nakamura gonna let this clock wind down first before they take the final shot. Evans to Henry. They gotta make their move now. Step back. Three's not gonna drop. And the first quarter ends off that miss from Jeremy Jones. And it's a 1-point lead enjoyed by the San NEOPHOENIX, 21-20. A very competitive first 10 minutes there. The San Phoenix know they're in a dogfight here up against the Fighting Eagles in Nagoya. Second quarter underway. A lot of movement. Good hands by Ora. 3-on-2 break. Perfect pass. 130. And on the board is Kenny Asano. Good positioning there for the youngster, only 21 years old. Henry. Try to bring it closer. Flips it up and through. Lipsinski finds 30. Now up high. Dudzinski just short. Set things up here. Take the lead. Other boys in white. Henry back out to the side. Nice incursion. Up and under move. Not going to work. Everything but the shot there from Nakamura. 30 trying to slow down the pace for his squad. Clark gets it back to 30. 30 now explodes to the basket. And that's going to be a basket and one opportunity there for the Philippine Asian import. He's going to give him 5 points in total. He's got 1 rebound and 1 assist. Look at that change of direction, finishing strong with the left hand. Watch it once again. Clearly contact there from Henry as he picks up his second personal. Check that his first. Free throw gonna rim out for 30 though. Still a 3-point lead enjoyed by the NEOPHOENIX. Sasayama's back in action and nice hit there from the side. I'm gonna say it's a long 2 coming from Sugimoto. We're not gonna be tied. It's gonna be just a 1-point lead still. Dudzinski to the wing. The youngster hits. Kenny Asano now with 5 points. If he can hit that on a regular basis, he can be a real find here for the NEOPHOENIX. Sasayama. High 3, but at the right place, at the right time, Evans. Just flipping it up. He had a 3 earlier, so he's got a total of 5 points. Could be 6 with his free throw. High arcing shot there. Coming from Sasayama. A little bit too strong there. Pass it down and he's going to kick it out. Cody Clark, extra pass. Another 3. Good line. Perfect shot there from Asano. He's got a total of 8. A spitfire off the bench, but foul will be called here. And he was hoping for a 3-point play opportunity. No problem with the first for Henry. Second is going to drop as well. Cutting to that lead. It's now down to 3. Now with a total of 6 points. You can see this youngster now growing confidence now that he's got 8 points. And he's in a rhythm. He's trying to look for him. Foul's going to be called though on Henry. That will be number 2. He was so worried about leaving Cody Clark. Three minutes gone here in the second period. 3-point lead enjoyed by Sanem. Shanomara checks back in. Together with Yante Matin. That's the matchup both these coaches I think are really looking for. .30. Straight line drive, puts it up. Wow. Going to the other side, which was free. Now 30 Ravenna with 7 points. Back up to a 5-point lead here to the NEOPHOENIX. Second block for Yante Maten. Ora goes to the youngster. And that's going to drop there for Asano. He's in double digits. And a timeout will have to be called here by Coach Kawabe. This is now the biggest lead in the ball game. A terrific afternoon here for Kenny Asano. He hasn't been on the floor for more than 4 minutes already with 10 points and 1 rebound. Look at him playing defense up high. Up against Kawashima. O'Mara picks himself up. He'll do the drop step. One and done as Clark picks up the rebound. 4 minutes gone in the second. Nice pick. 3 on the way. Yes! Ora's gonna drop that one. First basket there for Sota Ora. Almost a steal. 38-28 is her tally. Almost a steal from Maten, and he knew it. Jeremy Jones will check back in, together with Kosuke Kanemaru on the other side. Kanemaru only with a single basket here so far. Nice spin, and O'Mara will finish with a slam. Boy, for somebody who's 6'10", he's got a lot of foot speed. Getting that lead down 8. Cody, a little bit too strong off the glass. O'Mara with the steal. The 30 saying there's no foul on him, but the foul, I believe, will be called inside there on Matt. And here's the foul. Second personal foul on Yante. Go to the corner. Open 3. Yes, that's going to drop. Well moved. The movement was perfect. As Mitsuo, they found him at the top of the key. As we get to this official timeout. First dead ball situation after the 5-minute mark in the second and fourth periods. And here in the second, that's where we're at. Final 4:48 of the first half. Got a good one on our hands. Cody Clark to the wing. Kanemaru's gonna lose it. Usually sure-handed Kosuke and his squad a little bit lucky that the ball is still on their side. That was a pinpoint pass. Five-point lead to the NEOPHOENIX. Dudzinski with a handoff. Clark. Clark tries to barrel his way in. It's not going to drop. It goes right back to Cody, but that is a very slippery ball. Jones tries to go inside to Sean. Meyer will kick it out. Comes out, sets the pick. Sasayama to the wing. Jones explodes to the basket. It's going to be a block, they say. Dudzinski, a little bit hurt there after that collision. Strong attack there from Jones. Well, Dudzinski was able to get out of the no charge zone, but didn't seem like he set his feet. Now there's blood after that collision. Will there be a coach's challenge? We'll see. They're going to work on Dudzinski. Coach Ono not pleased with that development. It'd be nice to see that collision once again and with a different angle. But nonetheless, there will be no challenge. So 2 free throws here for Jones as he makes the first. Sasaki and Hosokawa on the bench for the NEOPHOENIX. And again, an early penalty. Sanen. The free throws will cut down his lead of Sanen. Just 3. Yamauchi to the corner. 30. The baby hook not going to work. And here come the visitors. Just down by a 3-point basket. That might be a charge. It is. 30. Playing exceptional defense. And Jones took down 2 individuals. Didn't realize that foul was already called. That was a charge. And he went straight at the basket still. Second personal foul going to be called on Jones. Nice look there at 30. He takes so much pride in stopping the opposing imports. Just double checking the situation here. 3 minutes 37 to be played in the first half. 3 team fouls for the Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Already in the penalty are the NEOPHOENIX. Offensive foul will not count against the team fouls. Looks like there's going to be a challenge here. So Coach Kawabe says that should have been a defensive foul. Okay, no challenge. Just some clarification on possession. Referee say it's time to get back to action, and that's San and NEOPHOENIX ball. Okay, now that we've sorted things out, play continues. 3-point lead by the hosts. They get it past the timeline. Yamauchi still holding on to it. Finds Matin. Now Clark. Nice look inside. 30. Knew he had the inside track. Got the pass. Ravenna now with 9 points. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Jones still on the outside. Finds his big man. Steal there from 30. Trying to lead the break. That foul will stop the play, but that will put Nagoya in the penalty as well. Stopped there by Kawashima, former teammates before with the NEOPHOENIX. There's Hayato. It's official. He picked up his first personal. Clark, back to Ora. Kanamaru will put that one up. Close to it. Stepping in the sideline. It's not going to be a save. That's Kanamaru's shot. They say he stepped out of bounds, and yes, he was stepping on the sideline. Just about 2.5 minutes remaining before the halftime break. Not a good attempt at 3. Hitting the side of the board. Ora picks it up. So they got a mismatch there. 30. Couple of moves, forces it up. It's not going to drop, but 2 free throws for 30. Being so offensive-minded as he picks up another personal here from Mitsuo. That's a good matchup. 30 is 6'3". Mitsuo is 6'4". Using his veteran smarts, his 30 as gets to the line for 2 shots already. With 9 points, 2 boards, and 1 assist. He did miss 1 free throw earlier. So now at 50% from the line, 1 out of 2. He's in double digits scoring wise. Now with 10. Makes it 11. Zinski will check in. He looks okay. There's a headband there as well. And that injury. 1-point lead enjoyed by the NEOPHOENIX. Hayato gets at the pass inside, goes to the opposite corner. Layup is going to get denied there. That's the 3rd block of Matin. The foul will be called. Not a good foul from Sasayama. That's going to mean free throws here for the home squad. Maybe he didn't realize the fact that they were in the penalty as well. Tried for a steal. Failed. And now you're going to give 2 easy shots to the opponent. First personal foul on Sasayama as Jones continues to plead his case. First free throw drops for Ora. Ora now with 4 points. He does have an assist. Check that. He has a rebound and 3 assists. Trying to get this lead to 9. It's there. Starting in place of Ryusei Sasaki, who has been out for a few weeks now. Hayato. We find Jones. Jones, quick move. Sets up Teammate in the wing. Not gonna drop. Nice tap there from Ravenna. Ora sets up his main gunner. It's gonna go over though. Anamaru yet to find his range here. He does have 2 points. Timeout will be called here by Coach Taizo. Minute 28 remaining in the first half. .44-35 is our tally. A minute and a half remaining before halftime. We got a fantastic crowd here at the Toyohashi City Gym. Home court of the San NEOPHOENIX. That will be a turnover. Turnover number 7 for Nagoya. That was passed way behind Hayato. No way he could have gotten that one. .30 to Kanemaru. Kanemaru's going to lose it again. He's lost that ball twice. Kawashima. They find Sasayama. They're going to bring it out. Omara trying to battle inside. Gets it against Budzinski. He should have the advantage here. And he scores. .30. Finds Budzinski. Tries to get it back. Flips it up and through. He does get it back. Just like that. Back up to a 9-point lead. Difference of about 5 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. Before we end the second period. Chance of defense. Jones, little sidestepping move. They say he took one step too many. Turnover number 8. .9, more than enough time here, as Coach Ono says, let's draw out a play. I want to score when we come back. Final play here for the San NEOPHOENIX before we wrap up first half hostilities. Let's see if they try to get Kanemaru involved. He's been in a slump today. 3 seconds. They go inside. Why not go to Matten? He's going to score. He's going to give the San NEOPHOENIX their biggest lead in the ball game here, right at the break. As they lead by 11. Watch it once again. Faked the handoff, went straight to the bucket, and scored over O'Mara. A lot of misdirection there. And things working out so far for Coach Atsushi Ono and company. You're checking out highlights here of the first 2 quarters of play. Play which has essentially been dominated by the San NEOPHOENIX. Cody Clark hits that 3 there. First period ended in favor of the San NEOPHOENIX, 21-20. Kawashima, perfect pass, finds the rolling Jones. Then 30. Import loses it to Kawashima. Here's O'Mara going to work. That's where he lives, inside that shaded area. Good defense though, shown by Ora and the rest of Sanen. Assist there from 30 to the youngster Asano, who would finish with a total of 10 points. In his very brief stint on the floor, Dudzinski outside. There's the 3 from Asano. Another 3. You could see there. That was perfect. And then he takes it strong. He was asking for a foul, not given, but nonetheless, he's got 10 points. Second period was just as competitive, but this is where Sanen made their move. After a brief lead by Nagoya at 20-16, the boys in red took control. There's that last play. As we break down the numbers here, an 11-point lead enjoyed by the San NEOPHOENIX from 2-point distance, shooting much better, 66% as compared to 50% rather. And also shooting better from 3, 46% as compared to 33%. Free throws just about even. In the turnovers, 3 more turnovers for Nagoya, 8-5. Just about even, as you can see there. 17-15. Those are the bench points. And 11-0 or fast break points. So Sanen really taking advantage of the open court. 5-2, those are the second chance points. Looking at more numbers, rebounds dead even at 15 apiece. Assists +4 for Sanen, 11-7. And in the block department, it's 3-1 in favor of Sanen. In fact, all 3 blocks coming from one gentleman. That's Yante Maten. Head-to-head matchup here, as we have Luke Evans on the right and 30 Ravenna on the left. 30 Ravenna getting the better of this matchup, and he has been on the floor a little bit more. Hardly seen any rest. He actually was on the bench for just about a minute and a half. So far, Ravenna and Asano both still maintaining a 100% shooting percentage. Ravenna leads with his 11 points. Asano with 10 and 8 points there for Yante Maten. On the other side, you can see there, leading scorer was Sean O'Mara with 8, Jones with 7, and 6 for Henry. And these are the leaders in the different categories. 4 rebounds apiece for Clark and for Jones. And in the assists, 3 for Ora and 2 for Hayato Kawashima. Let's see how much playing time they give to that young gentleman there. Kenny Asano. What a find. Not even 5 minutes of action. He had 10 points. And we're ready to get underway here for the second half. First possession. Yante Maten and company. Fine 30. He looks for Kanemaru and he hits. That was a well-designed and well-run play to get that lead up to 51-37. Kawashima gets it inside to his big man. Travel is going to be called there. O'Mara can't believe it. Well, he lifted his pivot foot right before he put that ball on the floor. We'll hold on to it first. We're looking for Kawashima. 30 will give it out. We'll go inside of Clark. Clark trying to battle his way inside. Nice find. Matten open three. Short. Not necessarily his game. He's more of an inside operator. It's Cody Clark that can hit that three on a more consistent basis. O'Mara spins. We'll have to give it up. Hurried shot. Shot clock was winding down. Not going to work. Ooh, that's going to get past 30. And the foul will be called. That might be on Matten. They get inside. Well, Matten made first contact. Because that swipe, that's going to be his third personal foul. He'll have to sit down for a bit. Never try to take a swipe, but point guards, they're just too low for you. Kawashima to the wing, extra pass. This is a much better matchup. But O'Mara's not going to score. Gudzinski held his ground. Get away inside, and he does. Coast to coast. Cody Clark. The lead is now 16. Not the best of shots. Ora picks up the rebound. They go inside the 30. That's a nice find. Gudzinski. Another assist for 30, his third. And a quick timeout will have to be called by the Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Coming out that timeout, needing to score here. Fighting Eagles Nagoya, already down 18. Sam Henry back in action. Aggressive passes again, active hands there from David Gudzinski. Shot clock at 7. More than enough time for Nagoya. They send Luke Evans back. Riddled with foul trouble though. Henry needs to attack here. Shot clock down to 2. Puts up a hurried shot. It's not going to drop. He's going to pick up the miss though. And the foul's going to be called on Cody Clark. Bit of a break there for the boys in white. Getting caught with the reach in there was Cody. That was clear. Third personal foul also on Cody Clark. The two of the starting imports. The San NEOPHOENIX now with 3 personals. In foul trouble. Evans to Henry. Evans needs to put this one up. Shot clock down to 1. It's going to drop. They badly needed that basket. Keeps it within striking distance. 7 points now in the contest for Evans. 30 around that screen. Almost lost it. Eventually does. Trying to finish strong. Nice finish there by Sugimoto. 4-0 blast. The visiting squad. Almost another steal it is. Picking it up defensively there. Are the Fighting Eagles. And they continue this 4-0 run. To get them back in the ball game. Evans can't take advantage of the mismatch. Ora to the opposite side. Open 3, 30. A little bit too strong. Tap back to 30. Another reset. The time of their shot clock. Clark will try to go to work. Force the issue. Shot clock violation for the NEOPHOENIX. They have looked a little stagnant here in the last 3 possessions. 30 was actually free there for the pass. Almost halfway gone here in the third. The NEOPHOENIX have built on that lead of theirs. Look inside, Evans. As he tried to attack Cody Clark, he's got 3 personals. Not a good pass. 30 got in the way. They go forward. 30 will finish. 30 started off with a steal. Pushed it forward. Got the pass. He's got 13 points. Back up to a 16-point advantage. Sugimoto can hit. Nice put back though by Jones. Jones close to double digits. Now with 9 points. .30 explodes. That's a great pass. Dudzinski gets fouled. 30 really making things happen for his squad. Watch it here. Little nifty behind the back pass. Dudzinski actually lost it on the way up. Lucky that a foul was called. The second on Aaron McHenry. Sana's going to check back in. Dudzinski makes the first. A very reliable free throw shooter. Not to mention a dead shot from 3. Jinkston. Henry gets it down court. Takes matters into his own hands. Brings it in all the way. Ora kicks it out. Dudzinski, they want to launch. Almost came out with a poor pass. At the corner, you will miss. Battling there. Cody Clark get hit in the face. He's still down. It's 5-4 the other way. Good DD foul. Stop play. That looked like an easy basket for Clark. There was a lot of contact. Good verticality by Henry. This is a better angle. Got in position. There was the hit. That was a clear hit there on the head. Referees missed that one. A head coach challenge. If it's going to be on that none call, they should win this one. That was a clear hack. He got hit in the face. Watch it here. Boom. Asano tries to battle for it. Here's a clearer angle. No question. It is a hand to the forehead. At the very least. They're looking at it from so many other angles though. Don't think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. But the thing was, the ball was already here in the other end. Ooh, it's an unsportsmanlike foul going to be called. To Cody Clark, who led the line for 2 shots. Coach Kawabe can only shrug in dismay. Well, you understand the point of Henry. How could that have been an unsportsmanlike foul when actually he was trying to go for the block? He just missed the ball and made contact with the head. That should be just a regular foul, but again, the referees see otherwise. The 2 shots plus ball possession here. That's greatly going to help the cause here of Sanen. He's back up to 15. But they're going to say because the ball was already on the other side, they'll award the possession still to Nagoya. They get 2 free throws to bring that lead back up to 15. Two-man game. Evans together with Henry. Henry to the basket. Gets denied. Perfect timing there coming from you. That's a travel. Nice look there at you coming off that well-timed block. Watch it here. Went up at the last minute. Great denial. Open 3. Jones didn't want to take it. Forces it up there. Ora. To the wing. Sano will give it up. Dudzinski for 3. Back rims that one. Henry clears. Nice sidestepping move. Passing it though at the last minute. Jones thought he was going to go for the shot. He should have. Nice blow by there. Everybody, including his teammates, thought he was going for the shot. Sean O'Mara is going to check back in. Hands off to Ora. Not a good pass. And off this turnover, easy layup there. He's now down to 13. 6 points in the contest so far here for Sugimoto. Zinski brings it down himself. Now Clark. He's been hobbled with 3 personal fouls. Going to be called there on Sasayama. Cody Clark has taken good care of his foul trouble situation. He's going to be replaced by 30. Good minutes by Tatsumi Yu, especially that big block. The 30's been having a career day once again. Sent back in. 30. We'll bring it closer. Tries to extend. We'll miss. Open shot. Sasayama. That rims out. Steal there by Ora. In the open court, nothing out. Garces, let's reset. Back to Cody. Puts up a hurried 3. Not quite sure why he was rushing. You can see the San NEOPHOENIX wanting this basketball a little bit more. A while ago, you see Asano should have taken that shot. He's still learning. As the veteran checks back in. Kosuke Kanamaru, the 34-year-old national team member of Japan, together with Morihisa Yamauchi. After a few guards on the floor now. Cody Clark left open. He'll be too strong. Kanamaru with an offensive rebound. Brady puts it on the floor. Now needs to attack. Steps in. That's not going to drop. Clark. Good hands there from Henry. So many offensive thrusts already here on this end of the floor. A bit of travel there. Another minute to be played here in the third. We're not going to drop. Finally, O'Mara and company says it's our turn to at least take some shots, some cracks at the ball, with the ball. Can't get it to Sean. So Henry just takes a shot and it drops. That's going to cut the lead down to 11. Another turnover. Evans. No. Forces it up. Nothing. O'Mara. 3-point play.
Red.
And Coach Ono looking at his squad saying, what has happened? We were in control of this ball game. Another turnover here. Well, Dudzinski tried his best. But just too many attempts this time for the boys in white. That all started with a turnover from Yamauchi. 30 looking around, telling his teammates, okay, let's go for one final attempt. Leads cut down to 8. Nagoya with still one more foul to give if they want to use it. Inside Dudzinski, they find Yamauchi for 3. That's going to drop. Yamauchi making up for his earlier blunder. We'll get things back to even here in the third period. As we head into the fourth, it's an 11-point advantage enjoyed by the San NEOPHOENIX, courtesy of that 3 from Yamauchi. Final 10 minutes of this battle between the San NEOPHOENIX and the Fighting Eagles Nagoya. San N looking for their 8th straight victory. And they get it. Let's look inside as Evan scores, cutting that lead quickly down to 9. That's what Nagoya needs. To score, get some stops. We get it early here. Foul's going to be called. Nakamura will pick up another personal. That could be number 3. Sticking a little too close there to Yamauchi. assist number 3. You don't want to get into early foul trouble, especially now that you're down big. Perfect pass. Matten will settle for 2 shots. Great setup job there from Yamauchi. But the defender did have to react, and without Evans there, that should have been an easy layup. Foul's going to be called on Hayato. Ooh, Matten's going to miss the first. To make it an even 10-point lead. No. 2 missed free throws. Big chance here. Essentially, guys in white gotta stop. Nice find. Kawashima back up on top to Kawamura. Shot clock's down to 3. They don't realize it, and Evans can't even get up a shot. He just hands it straight to the referee. That's all on Nakamura. Nakamura is the point. He should know the situation. Frustrated look there on Luke Evans. Evans so far with decent scoreline, 9 points, 2 rebounds and 1 assist. They have 2 seconds back. Dudzinski left open. Tap will go all the way back to Dudzinski. Yamauchi to Matten. Matten forces the issue and scores. Coach Kawabe asking for a charge there. None given. Play on, say the referees, and the lead's back up to 11. Kawashima will give it up to Evans. Back to Hayato. Shot clock down to 2. 4th shot, and it's gonna drop there for Hayato. In the nick of time. Only 2 points. And one of the main cogs of the Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Kanamaru will launch. He's gonna get 3 free throws off that foul. That's gonna be foul number 4 on Nakamura. We'll check that. That's Kawashima. So the 3rd on Kawashima, not the 4th on Nakamura. Trying to get confirmation, but nonetheless, foul is already called. 3 free throws here with the Japanese gunner. He struggled here today. You can see even that free throw wasn't a swish. Second. Better. Final free throw here. He'll get all 3. And that leads back up to 12 here for the hosts. That could get him going. Cody Clark checks back in. That's substitution. Looks like Coach Ono now going for the killer blow right here. Early in the 4th. O'Mara to try to force the situation, and does. And that's going to be foul number 4 in Yante Matten. That's why I like that attack. Now O'Mara's going to make 2 free throws. There was a foul. Off the turn. Mante tried to recover. He's going to take a seat. Back in is Budzinski. There's Yante. Plague with 4. He is their best interior post defender. And now, if you're Sean O'Mara, you ask for the ball. Next time down. Already with 13 points. 2.5 gone in the 4th. And Amaru will launch. A little bit too strong. 30 was trying to put it through. 30 was asking if he was alone under the basket. They didn't find him. Budzinski forcing the issue and loses it. Not a good pass. Cody Clark comes away with it. Budzinski can't finish. Should have been another assist for 30. Foul here, Yamauchi stopping proceedings. That's going to be the second team foul for the NEOPHOENIX. Good move there from Hayato. Yamauchi will be replaced. Shota Ora has been a little bit steadier. 8-point lead here enjoyed by the hometown NEOPHOENIX. To the post for Sean. Nice pull up there. A good basket from Sasayama. He's got 5 points. He's going to cut the lead down to 8. Ora left open, and he makes the defense pay. Lead is back up to 11. 8 points now in the contest for Sota. First to the ball, Budzinski. Budzinski got possession. Able to hold on to it. Evans got a slap to the head. And now we're going to have a head coach challenge. This time from Coach Taizo Kawabe. Well, the challenge might be an offensive foul, as Evans is trying to get possession of the basketball. Let's see. And as we take a look at the replays, referees will take a look at the replays as well from different angles. Here's our first angle. Budzinski first to the floor. There's a little slap there to the face. Is that what they were looking at? Evans is saying, how can I get my hands on the ball when I was slapped and asked to get out of there? Another question you can ask here is, could that be an unsportsmanlike foul? Because that was a blow to the face, above the shoulders. As they review this one, looks like they've made up their minds. It's an unsportsmanlike foul indeed.
23番デイビッド・タジスキー選手にアンスポーツマンライクファウルが宣告されます。これによりまして F.E. 名古屋エヴァンス・ルーク選手にフリースローを与えます。
As It's going to be 2 free throws plus ball possession, and that's going to be the 4th personal foul on David Dudzinski. Now decision-making time for Coach Ono. He sends Asano back in. Evans is going to miss the first free throw though. Both those free throws could have cut it down to 9. Only the second free throw missed here this afternoon by the entire squad of Nagoya. 10 points now of that lucky bounce. And the deficit is 10. They're going to have possession here. Staying with Dudzinski. Big 3. That's huge. Sasayama now with 8 points. And that lead is at 7. This is the closest Nagoya has come to Sanen after being down by 18. Ora will bring it out. Ora looking for space, puts up a 3, hits! That's huge as well! Extinguishing that rally being put together here by Nagoya. Up to 10. Evans to O'Mara. O'Mara should go closer. Finds Henry though. Henry with his own. Almost lost it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Cody Clark asking for a challenge, saying that should be their ball. Evans. Boy, that was a brick. Here comes Ora. Ora. Back outside. Sota left open. Can't get there. Stepping on the sideline is Kenny Asano. Showing us his quickness there. And his anticipation getting to the ball. 4:59 remaining in this one as we get to this official timeout. Five players now for the San NEOPHOENIX in double figures. And Clark's also got 9 points. And Amaru with 8. Balance scoring here for the boys in red. Now they got to play some defense. Asking for it. Still doesn't get the pass. Gets it late. And it's an offensive foul going to be called on Sean. What a drastic turn of events here for O'Mara. Let's see what the referee saw. Well, he pushed Dudzinski out of the way. Only the first personal foul on Sean. Time just about ready to become a factor here. Lob inside, Dudzinski gets away for two, and the lead's 12. Evans up high. Hayato back to Evans. The foul will be called there on the youngster. Sano will pick up foul number 2. That's really going to help him out. Battling with the likes of Luke Evans. He will get only better. First confirmation, second personal foul. O'Mara with the handoff. He's got to operate at the low block. Not a good shot. That was a half-hearted shot in a pass. Went straight at Clark. Under 4 to be played. 30. Up against Sasayama. Will spin. An offensive foul is going to be called on 30. Will he turn to his left, and Sasayama guessed right. Meaning guessed correctly. Drawing that offensive foul from 30. Boise might need to score here. Still down by 12. And time is running out. Under 4 to be played. Henry. Door shut on him there. Sano's done quite well in both ends. Henry with a jumper, a little bit too strong. 30 goes up high for that big board. 4th rebound for 30. He's got 4 assists and 13 points. Ora, one of those double-digit scores, gets denied though. In that instance, again, getting back to help out is Asano. Not able to get the handoff properly. And Hayato's down. That's why coaches stress, sprint down, help out defensively. And Asano did just that. Hayato looks okay. And you can see 30 Ravenna helping out his former teammate. As they work on him on the bench. Entering the final 2:55. Both teams in the penalty. Use some clock. Make no mistake about it, they still need to score. Lucky break there. Another possession. The ball careens off the hands of O'Mara. Clark will try to attack. It's not going to drop. Now a chance to come closer are the visitors. That's a poor pass. They should have looked for O'Mara inside. He had the perfect seal. Now using clock once again. Chanen. Getting away, but nice block. But again, Dudzinski at the right place at the right time. Slams it through. And a quick timeout needs to be called here by Coach Kawabe. Under 2 minutes to be played as we enter the twilight zone, the final 2 minutes. Quick three, not gonna drop. Clark tips it to himself. That just might be it, especially if the NEOPHOENIX score here. Using clock. It's also to their advantage. 30. For the fakes. Shot clock down to 3. It's a turnover. They used up 23 seconds though. Hitting the knee there. And eventually off Ravenna. Henry and company need to really rush things here. They're still down by huge 14 markers. But they can't walk it up the way they're doing here. Do they realize this is the fourth? They're using up a lot of those precious seconds. You need to score quickly. Or a shot not going to work. That's it. About shooting yourself in the foot. Why were they taking their time? 30. Explodes. Overshoots though. That would have been the killer blow. Evans puts it through. Leads still at 12. Well, they've given up here, that's for sure. 12 points in the contest for Luke Evans. Clark knows he and his squad have got 8 straight victories now. Little stutter step. Cody Clark will get denied. But Evans will pick up a personal. And 2 free throws coming the way here of Cody Clark. He felt he got the foul, but there was some body contact. 21.3 seconds remaining in this one. Just to add to the finishing touches, this free throw here from Cody Clark. Adding to his tally, he's now in double digits. He does have 15 rebounds, so a big double-double here for Cody Clark. Not to mention he's got 3 dimes as well. A little bit too strong on that second free throw. Let's see what Sasayama does. Will they go for the final shot here? Hurried shot, not going to drop for Sugimoto. Budzinski will have to get this past the timeline. And that'll do it. 79-66 is our final tally. Fighting Eagles will drop to 14 and 16. The San NEOPHOENIX will improve to 26 and 4. One of the heroes today, Kenny Asano, with his 10 points. So 5 players in double digits here for the winning squad, the San NEOPHOENIX. We'll hear from Coach Atsushi Ono. And some of the stars, quite possibly 30 Ravenna. And maybe even Kenny Asano in a bit. So Fighting Eagles Nagoya thank the crowd for coming over to watch the match as they get prepared for a quick turnaround because these two squads face each other once again tomorrow afternoon right here at the Toyohashi City Gym. And now let's hear from the squad. Well, Coach Ono just talked about the fact that today we did a very good job with defense, better than Wednesday's game, and we picked up the victory. He thanked the fans for coming over. Now we've got the youngster, Kenny Asano.
ありましたけど、得意のスリーポイントということで2本決めましたね。
こんなすぐに決めれると正直ちょっと思ってなかったんで、めっちゃ嬉しいです。
さあ、それでは明日の試合に向けて一言お願いします。
明日勝って、9連勝になるんで、絶対勝って、また今シーズン新しい記録をみんなで作りたいと思います。
ありがとうございました。まずは16番浅野健二選手のお話をお伺いしました。続いてもう一人はですね、本当今日はですね、泥臭いプレーでチームを引っ張ってくれました5番大浦颯太選手をお願いします。さあ今日の試合、まずは勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Very nice statement there from Kenny Asano as he talked about the fact that today he picked up a whole lot of experience, which will definitely help him out in his career. And he said, I will always try to do my best for the team. Now we have Sota Ora.
られないので、そういったところでもう一度40分間通して自分たちのバスケットができるようにやっていきたいという反省もありながら、まず勝利できたこと良かったと思います。
さあチームはですね、現在8連勝ということで、明日勝つと9連勝、新たな記録が生まれます。明日の試合に向けて一言お願いします。
そうですね、まず自分ができることをしっかりやろうと思いますし、その中でうちわがなんかグッズで出たらしいんですけど、はい、水曜日数えたら僕のうちわ1個しかなかったんで、気のせいかなと思ったんですけど、今日はちらほら買っていただいているので嬉しいんですけど、会場を僕の顔で埋め尽くしていただきたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
さあぜひですね、明日、会場で、大浦選手のうちわで埋めていただければと思います。本日ヒーロー賞はですね、10番浅野健二選手、そして5番大浦颯太選手でした。改めて大きな拍手をお願いします。そして山善フェニックスヒーロー賞、本日はですね、山善脱衣場温風セラミックファンヒーター、こちら2名の方にプレゼントさせていただきます。当選された方はこちらの方になります。どうぞご覧ください。はい、お帰りの際にですね、会場正面にありますインフォメーションブースにお越しいただきたいと思います。さあそして本日の入場者数を発表します。本日の入場者数は3867名です。ご来場誠にありがとうございました。さあそれでは最後指名の言葉いただきたいと思います。
A very nice statement there from Sota Ora. As he said, we're very happy with the 9-game winning streak. We will continue to do our best for the fans and the supporters. Thank you for coming, and we hope you support us for tomorrow. Here we have the chant. And there it is. coming from Kenny Asano. As Asano and NEOPHOENIX pick up another victory here. And Coach Ono very pleased with his squad. Let's now bring you the highlights before we show you the numbers and we close the coverage. Cody Clark says, look out below. One of the many turnovers for the squad of Nagoya. 18 in total, just too much. Nice long distance shot there. Matten will come up short. But it doesn't matter because Cody Clark there. That's more right up his alley. Kawashima. Perfect pass there. Jones came in, helped out his squad. But really was a non-factor, especially in the second half. O'Mara was in double digits, but couldn't take advantage when Yante Matten got into foul trouble, and so did David Dudzinski. I just felt Nagoya should have gone to their big man a little bit more. Here's the easy 2 points coming from Asano, who runs the floor very well. Dudzinski out to the youngster who cans that three. Another one, look at this. Straight line, nothing but the bottom of the net. And then Asano attacks on the break and scores. Those are the 10 points contributed by Kenny Asano, 6'5", 21-year-old. But then coming right back was Ryuji Mitsuo. 30. Also had a very good game. Together with David Dudzinski. Now Matten. That would end the first half. So the first quarter ended in favor of Sanen, 21-20. Second half, action here, but before that, the halftime score was 48-37. And then quickly, going to work early. You see Cody Clark there with a twinner. Evans with a fall away. Will drop. 30. We lose it here. Back-to-back turnovers. It was a 4-0 run put together here by the Fighting Eagles. And they got right back into it. And then 30 Ravenna with so many deflections. With a pass there. Gets it right back. And will score. Look at this coast-to-coast effort here by Henry. But just too many individual moves by the players here of Nagoya. And there, look at that. Great block. Coming from Yu. People forget Tatsumi Yu is 6'6". And then here's Evans. Eventually, a foul is going to be called on Dudzinski. But Dudzinski finding Yamauchi at the corner. That shot would reestablish another 11-point lead at the end of 3 periods, making it 63-52. And then Matten once again going to work inside that paint. Floater will drop. Sasayama had a solid effort here this afternoon. Hoists up a 3 and cans that one as well. And then Ora coming off the bench in favor of Yamauchi. And he made his presence felt immediately. Here he is once again. Breaking down the defense, allowing his teammates to score. And in the end, they're going to win this one 79-66. As you break down the numbers, just about even for both these squads from 2-point distance, 52% as compared to 50%. But the big difference was here in 3-point country, 37% as compared to 25%. In fact, Sanen made 5 more threes than Nagoya. Just about even in terms of the free throws. 3 more turnovers, 18-15. And then when you look at the 27-21, those are the bench points. Not much of a difference. And then 13-6, those are the fast break points. So at least finally getting some fast break points were Nagoya. That was 0 after the first 2 periods. 9-11, those are the second chance points. Checking out the rebounding, just about equal. It was equal after the first 2 periods. And at the end of the game, it's 36-34 in favor of Sanen. The biggest stat of the afternoon, though, has got to be the assists. 20 assists for Sanen as compared to just 10 for the squad of Nagoya. Let's check out some personal numbers. Leading scorers for both these squads. But first, let's take a look at the key matchup. Evans up against 30. 30 actually was on the floor for 36 minutes as compared to the 25 for Luke Evans. Just about even scoring-wise and also just about even rebounding-wise. But 30 and Sanen will still pick up the W. Leading scorers for both these squads. Dudzinski will lead all scorers with 14 points. 13 points for Ravenna and 11 for Ora. In a losing effort, O'Mara had 13, 12 for Evans, and 10 for Henry. Dudzinski coming off the bench. And he still will lead everybody scoring-wise with those 14. Rebounding story. Clark with 15 boards. 6 for Dudzinski and 4 for Ravenna. for Nagoya, 6 for Henry, and 5 apiece for O'Mara and Evans. If you're wondering about the assists, 4 assists for Ora, for Ravenna, and for Yamauchi. And for the Fighting Eagles, 3 apiece for Sasayama and Henry, and 2 for Kawashima. Well, we talked to you about the rebounding numbers and also the assists there. So Ravenna and Ora, both tied with 4 apiece. 4 dimes each. So the Fighting Eagles will drop further down in the team standings to 14 and 16. San-En solidifying their spot on top of their conference at 26 wins and 4 defeats. That's going to do it here for our coverage. In behalf of everybody from the B-League, thanks so much for joining us. Till next time, till tomorrow, take care. Have a good afternoon ahead. God bless.